Welcome to the Record Machine Show, a podcast featuring interviews from indie and renowned artists from all genres of music. Now, here's your host, James Michael Hollenstein.
Welcome back to the Record Machine Show. I'm your host, James Michael Hollenstein. And today we've got a guest whose voice has carved its place in rock history. My guest is Rick Hughes, the powerhouse Canadian vocalist known for fronting the legendary band Sword and the hard rock favorite Saints and Sinners. Over the years, Rick has played hundreds of shows across Canada, the US, Europe, and Japan, sharing the stages with giants like Metallica, Motörhead, Alice Cooper, Black Label Society, and more. His reputation as one of the most electrifying frontmen in rock is well earned. Now Rick is stepping into a massive new chapter with Redemption, his first international solo album. And he didn't hold back, teaming up with producer John Webster and recording at the iconic HippoSonic Studios, formerly Little Mountain Studios in Vancouver. The first single from the album is already making noise, a supercharged version of The Who's classic, The Real Me, featuring the reunion of Ozzy Osbourne's legendary Speak of the Devil lineup. Brad Gillis on guitar, Rudy Sarzo on bass, and Tommy Aldridge on drums. That same powerhouse band that stepped in after Randy Rhoads' tragic passing and helped define an era. The video, shot at LA Castle Studios and edited by Montreal's Jean-Marc Laurin, is as epic as the recording itself. We'll dive into all of that, the album, the collaboration, and the incredible journey behind Redemption. But first, let's put the needle to the record. Here's Rick Hughes and the explosive cover of The Real Me. just heard The Real Me by Rick Hughes, and I got Rick on the line for a chat. So how are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I'm happy with the release of the album and the buzz around it. So I just roll with the punches and I take the good and the bad and everything that's in between.
Well, I want to welcome you to the show. Take us back to the beginning. When did the vision for your solo album, Redemption, first start to take shape?
Well, a couple of years ago, I was just finishing a promotion for the latest Sword album, and we did a couple of shows, and I wanted to create something new. So I told my manager, I said, let's look around for songs, let's ask some friends if they have songs to propose for my new album. And Jesse Bradman, who used to play keyboard with Saints and Sinners, one of my band, proposed a couple of songs that he had written with Brad Gillis. So this is how it all started. It started with when I heard Brad Gillis's song, I went, yeah, that's where I want to go with this album.
Very cool story. You reunited Brad Gillis, Rudy Sarzo, and Tommy Aldridge, one of Ozzy's most iconic lineups. How did that idea come together?
Well, that's it. That's a continuity of having him on the album with a couple of his songs. So when it was time to cover The Real Me, we wanted a super band, so we first asked Brad and he proposed that. He said, why don't we ask Rudy and Tommy and reunite? We haven't been together since Ozzy, so that would be something, and it worked. So it is something.
Yeah, The Real Me, that's such a powerful Who classic, and you guys did it brilliantly. You own the song.
Thank you so much. You know what? When you got a guy like Tommy Aldridge on drum, Rudy Sarzo just smiling at him and doing the chop, and on top of that, Brad Gillis as a guitar god, it's gotta sound special, and it does.
Now, when you recorded the album and you finished it, did you know that The Real Me, that was going to be the single, the first one you were going to drop? What made you drop that one first?
The fact that they accept to do the video, because having them record a song is quite fantastic. But these days, when you can work from your home. So for this song, the album was done in Vancouver, old style, with a band, and we did the 10 song, and then we added some recordings here and there. But for this song, Rudy played his bass in his home studio when he felt like it. Same with Tommy, same with Brad. So that's why it's got that flavor, because nobody rushed into it. They just did it when they felt like doing it. And the result is fantastic. John, when you think about it, this is John Webster's version of The Real Me, John Webster being the producer of the album.
You brought in some major contributors from Brad Gillis and Robbie Krieger to Amy Keys, Lee Aaron, even your own sister, Lulu. How did these collaborations elevate the album?
Well, it's music is meant to be a collaboration between you and the musician. But if you want to go further, then you do a project like this, where you go, okay, for each song, let's think who could join in the song and add a little spice to it, a little something, Mm-hmm. So it went all naturally. With Lee Aaron, I used back in the days, we did some shows together, so the connection was there for all that time, so it was easy to get her on board. And the toughest part was to get Robbie Krieger. Yeah.
Legendary, right?
This is the story is quite magical too. It's that when we recorded the duet with Amy Keys, mm-hmm. we were recording in Vancouver, but she was in Los Angeles, and she was not in a good timing to travel. So they offered us to record her at Robbie Krieger's studio, So while she was there recording or part of the song, I asked my manager, I said, why don't we ask Robbie Krieger to play on the song? The song is a rock blues type of song, like it's a bit reminiscent of Roadhouse Blues when you think about it. So my manager said, you're crazy. I said, yeah, I know. And that's what crazy people do. You know, they come up with wonderful ideas. And it worked. And I'm so happy with that. I'm a really, really big fan of The Doors.
Yeah, great band, right? Great band.
Oh, man. Yeah, especially a guy from my generation. You know, when I was 15 years old, The Doors were the thing, you know, so Jim Morrison was talking to me at that time. I could hear him talk to me.
Yeah, I enjoyed when they did some shows with Ian from The Cult. He has such a wonderful voice. You know Ian Astbury from The Cult? Yeah,
I remember that. Must have been a good time for the rest of the band, because imagine that being cut short in 1971 with all that could have had happened with The Doors. I mean, it's such a prolific career in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So to be able to kind of relive that with Ian Astbury must have been something very, very, very good for them.
Yeah, he has a great voice too, right?
Yeah, he does.
The video for The Real Me is visually massive. What was it like working with director Matthew Lucas and shooting at LA Castle Studios?
Yeah, well, that was the part we were talking about earlier. Having them play on the album from home is something, but when they said yes to doing the video, then we went, oh, okay, so we need something special, because they want to appear on the video and show their face, you know. So that's a step of approval on a project when you think about it. So we had a couple of options. We could have went for the warehouse with the mock stage and pretending to sing to a crowd and do like Whitesnake used to do it so good, you know, back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. And when you think about and then we went with the second idea, which was to rent a 3D state-of-the-art studio in Burbank, Hollywood, and have the guy fly there, and then we were able to put any decor we wanted on the video. So we went with the futuristic top of the world on the roof kind of spot, and I'm very happy with the final result.
It came out really awesome. I love the video. I think it's great.
This is a day I will remember for the rest of my life. You know, I'm like 10 years younger than those guys. So that means that when I was 15, they were 25. They were playing the Montreal Forum with Ozzy, with Whitesnake, with Dio, you know, and I was there watching them, and they were like rock god, you know. Mm-hmm. So you fast forward to today. I'm doing a video. I got Tommy Aldridge behind me. I got Brad Gillis on my left, Rudy Sarzo on my right, and then between takes we talk amongst ourselves. And I'm not pinching myself, but man, I was very, very thankful to everything.
And were they as cool as you thought they were going to be when you met them all?
So cool. But you know, it's if I don't know, the attraction, you know, if they said yes to so much, mm-hmm. It's probably because we got some attachments without even knowing it, you know, because mm-hmm. when we were together, they were talking about old time and stuff, and I was there, and it was like I was part of the gang. Yeah. Like it was natural for them that I was there listening in. You know?
Yeah, so it shows that they have a lot of respect for you as well.
Well, I don't know about that, but one thing's for sure. I'm very, very proud of this song and of the video of the album, and because all the collaboration on it. For me, music is something to be lived. with a gang. You know, the bigger the gang, the better the party.
Exactly. Redemption features songs in English, French, and even a bilingual track. What inspired the multilingual approach?
Well, as you can hear on my voice, I'm a French-speaking guy. Rick Hughes is my real name. My father was Irish descent. We live in a part of Canada where it's French, so I speak French all day. When I do 10, 20, 50 shows a year here in Quebec, my shows are mostly in English, but I sing a lot of stuff in French because I love the rock music that's from here, that's in French. So I wanted to share that with the world, a bit like Rammstein does with the German language. You know, they don't adapt their song to the American market, or no, they sing in German and everybody loves it. They love the way it sounds. So the same goes with rock music and with my music.
Yeah, great stuff. You've toured across Europe, Japan, North America, and sharing stages with giants like Metallica, Motörhead, and even Alice Cooper. How have these experiences influenced the way you're approaching this new solo project?
Well, it changed everything, because being that lucky, you know, to have been able to rub shoulders with Metallica, with Alice Cooper, with Motörhead, and when you rub shoulders with those guys, you kind of look them, you know, in the corner of your eyes all the time to see how they behave, what they do, you know, and so it inspires you to be more than you believe to be, you know. Sometimes when you're with your idols, then you realize that what you've been working for is arriving every day. So the same applies to the studio. When it comes time for the studio, then because I rubbed shoulders with a couple of royalties of rock music, then I wasn't shy to ask around people for songs, for collaboration.
Yeah, nice. With such a long and respected career, what do you want your fans to hear from you now on this album?
I want them to hear an album that's going to give them a little bit of hope, a little bit of joy, a little bit of food for thought, you know. Nothing too serious, nothing gloom, no heavy metal, no, just rock music. I'm mostly known as being a metal singer because I'm lucky enough to be the singer of the band Sword from Canada, and we recorded 3 albums, and the 3 albums are well regarded in the music community. But I'm a rock singer, you know. I love singing metal. I do it with Sword, but that's the only place where I sing metal. For the rest of my career, I've been a rock singer. I sang blues, jazz, hard rock, ballad, French song. I got this phrase that's very simple. That it says, "A singer sings," you know, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. If you're a good singer, you could sing whatever, right?
Well, not only if you're a good singer, if you like to sing, then sing. Sing in the shower, sing for your family, sing for your friends, you know, just do it. It's quite liberating, especially on stage. Yeah, it is.
It's therapy, right?
Oh, yeah. I had a good show this weekend, and that show carries me for a couple of days. I'm in a good mood just because it's liberating.
Yeah. It's nice to see everybody smiling faces and singing along, right?
There you go. That's what it is. Exactly. When you're in a good mood and you transfer that to people that look back at you, then you know you're doing a good job.
Absolutely. Vocally, your performance on these tracks is massive. How did you prepare to deliver something this intense, especially on a song like The Real Me?
Thank you so much. I'm so passionate about singing. I started to sing, I was 15 years old, and I with my brother on drums, and we were all about rock music. And back then, you know, I had to learn my brother had to learn the chops of John Bonham, Keith Moon, Jan Pace, you know what I'm saying? Neil Peart. I had to learn the chops of Robert Plant, Ian Gillan, Rob Alford, Bruce Dickinson, Dio. Because here in Quebec, the scene was very, very busy. There was a lot of bar. You could play all the time, but you had to play covers.
Yeah.
We would write the originals and we would rehearse them, in secret, and then we would release them. But even if we'd have a success, there were certain bars that would go, no, play the classic.
Mm-hmm. So are you back now till the end of the year as far as doing shows? Are you home for a while?
Yeah. Well, right now I'm home for Christmas because I'm a family-oriented guy, so I'm really happy to be at home for the holidays.
That's good.
But starting 2026, I got some shows stacked up, and I'm really looking forward to it because all those songs that are on the album, I've been working on them for 2 years. So I've been doing shows while I've been doing the album, but I haven't played them live because obviously they weren't released. So I didn't want anybody to film them and put it on the internet before I put them out.
Right. That makes sense. When you do your shows, do you play any of your stuff from Sword and Saint and Sinners, or just your solo stuff?
That's a very good question. When I do my solo shows, I don't do Sword. I don't do Saints and Sinners. I did it once and twice, but it was very, very special requests. Mm-hmm. I do it out of respect from the boys from Sword and the guys from Saints and Sinners. If I to do Saints and Sinners show, then I would revisit the songs. And I still do shows with Sword, so it wouldn't make any sense to be doing shows with Swords and to cover Sword in a cover band. Yeah.
So any plans to record any new music with Sword in the future?
Oh, probably. There's a gap of we did a Sword album in 86, 89, and 2022.
Wow.
So between 89 and 2022, there was a long period where everybody thought that the vault was closed, the case was over, Mm-hmm. And now we did one in 2022, so everything's possible.
Awesome. For the listeners who want to follow your journey and stay updated, what's the best website or social media for them to connect with you?
I would say Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. I have an internet site, rickhughes.co. Mm-hmm. But these days, people would rather go on social media because it's more interactive. So I would say Facebook, public Facebook, yeah.
And if they want to buy your solo album, Redemption, where's the best place to purchase that?
They can go on Amazon. They can go directly to Deco Entertainment, which is my record company in the United States. But why did I mention Amazon? Because there was an announcement on Friday that my album was a top 50 most selling album, physical selling album on Amazon.
Wow, that's Friday. Great.
I know. I didn't see that one coming. I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon. Didn't buy my album, but quite a lot of people did. It looks like
it's on vinyl too, right?
Exactly, beautiful vinyl, like we used to do it, with the sleeve, and you open it, they got the pictures inside of it, and it smells, and everything's there.
You can't beat that. Yeah. And once that needle hits the record and you hear the crackling sound, there's no other sound like it.
Yeah, and imagine that, hearing the news. I was just about to go on stage, and I saw this post on Facebook from Deco Entertainment via Warner Brothers saying that the album was on a top 50 list of most selling album in the world.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And they're doing bundles too, right? There's bundles to buy. You buy what comes with the bundle? Do you get like a shirt and a CD, or a shirt and a vinyl record? How's that?
Yeah, you get that, and you get a 45 of like we used to do them, the 45 vinyl.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Signed, yeah, and it's signed by the four of us. And I mean by that, by me, Tommy, Rudy, and Brad. The Speak of the Devil lineup.
That is awesome. And all that's available on Amazon?
Well, for the bundle, you would have to go directly through Deco Entertainment. Very easy to find. DEKO Entertainment.
Awesome.
I think they got less than 10 left of the bundle with the autograph 45. This went pretty fast.
Yeah.
We signed only 100 copies.
And there's only about 2 weeks left before Christmas, folks. So you better get your orders in, right?
Exactly. Especially for those who've been nice in your life.
Exactly. Yeah. Get the 45 or get the CD. Oh, even a couple of T-shirts too. You could throw those in a stocking or something like that, or right under the tree, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that'd be a perfect gift.
Yep. Rick, before we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't cover today?
No, I just want to invite people to follow me, like I said, on Facebook, public with the blue dot there, and just request the song at your songs at your local radio. If you hear about my new album playing on the local radio you're listening, and just stay put. Maybe I'll come in your neck of the woods and do a show next year. I'd love to do it.
That would be great. We have the Hard Rock here in North Myrtle Beach. That would be a perfect venue for you, I think.
It sounds good to my ear. That sounds good to my ear.
You know who played there a couple of weeks back? Jeff Tate from Queensryche. Remember Jeff from... Yeah, I'm a big fan. I follow him on Facebook. I saw some pictures. So that's the place you're talking about. Yeah. He was here a couple of weeks back. He does the entire Operation Mindcrime from the beginning to the end. It's a pretty cool show. So, yeah. And we got
what a great singer.
Yeah. And we got Eddie Van Halen's son is coming into town in a couple of weeks.
I saw them with Metallica at the Montreal Stadium a couple of years back. With Sword, we had the pleasure of playing there. They set up a stage, Metallica, for Sword. So when people would arrive to the show, they would arrive to a Sword concert.
That's very cool.
Before the show would start, yeah. So we were invited in the Viper Pit, so I saw Mammoth for the first time.
Yeah,
there at that show.
He's very talented, right?
I was about to say that, yeah. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree in this case, eh?
Yeah, he plays bass, he plays guitar. I think he knows how to play the drums, the keyboards, just like his old man, you know?
Yeah, and he's an awesome singer, too. He's got a great voice with the emotions and everything. Everything's there.
You know who else is coming here? Zach Wilde from Ozzy's band in Black Label Society.
I had the pleasure to open for Black Label Society a couple of years ago here in Quebec, and I got to meet Zach, and that was amazing. He's such a great guy.
That's what I heard. He's doing he has a band called Zach Sabbath where he sings all Black Sabbath songs, and he's really good. Like, he plays guitar and he sings the lead and everything, but he's bringing his show to North Myrtle Beach at the House of Blues in I believe it's June. So I'm going to probably head over there with one of my buddies and check that out.
Oh, yeah. You should have seen the mood when we opened for him. I mean, not this summer. So 2 years ago. So everybody wanted to meet Zach because he's got such a persona, you know? So we were backstage. I just finished my sound check and I was walking around hoping to, and I saw him coming. And I said, "Oh, Zach, can I meet you?" And he says, "Of course, man. You got a great voice." And he shook my hand, took a picture, talked a bit, and I let him go. He was quite busy. Everybody wanted to talk with Zach.
Yeah, I heard he's a really cool guy.
He's so funny, too. I don't know if you watch him sometime on the internet when he does this tape where he's riding in his car. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He listens to a love song, and then he starts to scream at the radio. Man, it's hilarious. You got to watch that.
Yeah.
He's got a keen sense of humor, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he's a great musician, and he's a good singer, too. Pretty good singer.
He's a star, man. This guy's a star. He's got it all. Even on stage, when he comes on stage, it's like a bigger than life.
Yeah, I remember when he first joined Ozzy. He was like, you know, a young guy, young skinny guy. He didn't even have the beard yet. He just had the long blonde hair. But he was cool, you know, back then. I mean, I knew he was going to be big when I seen him play with Ozzy for the first time. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that days. He looked like a young Viking, you know, with the blue eyes, you know, pretty boy, like a young Viking. Now he looks like an old Viking with the beard, the muscles, you know.
Yeah.
He grew out of it. Yeah, he's perfect.
Yeah. Well, Rick, I want to wish you the best of luck with this album. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope to see you in my neck of the woods in 2026, maybe.
I'm going to put that in my wish list for 2026.
All right,
Thank
brother.
you for inviting me to chat with you about my project. I appreciate it a lot.
You're welcome. And you enjoy the rest of your day, all right, brother?
Yes, sir. Likewise.
All right. Take care, man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Rick Hughes, thanks so much for joining me today on The Record Machine Show. What an honor to dive into the making of Redemption, the powerful lineup behind The Real Me, and everything you've built throughout your incredible career. Fans, make sure to keep up with Rick online, support the new album, and check out the limited edition vinyl and bundles. This project is not just a record, it's a celebration of rock history, musicianship, and the spirit of true performance. To close out the show, we're spinning one more track. This one's titled Someday. You've been listening to The Record Machine Show. I'm James Michael Hollenstein. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep those records spinning and the rock and roll spirit alive.
Gone away, left a few words in a letter. There wasn't much to say. It read, baby, I'm sorry, we sure had some fun. You'll find another and sign it with love. All of my love someday. That you're doing fine. I always knew that you would, baby. But Lord, after all this time, do you still have my picture? Do you still wear my ring? Does your heart beat a little faster when you hear my name? Someday I'll hold you in my arms. but I'll do what I can. Someday I'll wipe away your tears and hold you so near. Someday they say that love will do you set it free, baby. Come back to me. Someday they say that love will do you set it free, baby. Come back to me.
The Record Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Hall Productions. All rights reserved. For distribution information or to add this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show.